All right, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, convention center internet is always an interesting journey. So we are
Ah,
back
yeah.
now, but I saw the funniest comment in the chat, so I just want to highlight this. I don't know who it was from because I had to refresh, but I did get to read it. So whoever said this, that was the funniest thing. They said, "Now we'll never get to know who he thinks is gonna win," because it just cut off right as we were chatting about it. Yeah, but
Oh, it's too
I would
funny.
put my money on Bonnie or
Okay.
potentially Blue Purple Luffy. I just think Blue Purple Luffy's in such a good spot with like consistency wise that I think that it could take it. But I think Bonnie is such a ridiculously good deck.
Hmm.
It's got a lot of answers to everything in the meta, and it also has ample amounts of defense but and offense, removal, uh pressure, everything.
Mm.
So
No,
it's
I agree.
a great deck. It'll be interesting to see who ends up taking it. But yeah, all right, so that was just my little spiel.
But like,
Yeah.
I'll jump off of that. I mean, like with that said, it's like you got to think like what like I mean Zoro before PBR. I'm gonna say PBO2. That R keeps messing me up. Was it with PBO2 coming out? Like Zoro just has been, I guess, slowly moving away. It was such a dominant deck going into this format, and then this format, like the set came out, and now it's seeing a backseat. Is that just due to I guess above all else, it's probably due to the rise of green purple Luffy. Like that's really the only thing that changed. Sure, Bonnie got a little better. I mean, blue purple Luffy was kind of hasn't really changed. I guess they get one more searcher, but I'm not even sure if they play that Nami.
Yeah.
Um,
I think as far as Green Zoro's concerned, I don't by any means believe that the deck has gotten weaker. I don't think it's gotten
mhm.
worse. Its matchups are still fine.
Yep.
I just think that a lot of people have started to figure out how to play against it.
Ah, okay.
And like that's the biggest thing is for a long time a lot of people were playing the matchup and just going like, oh my gosh, like how do I beat this generically amazing leader effect? It's just so good. It
Mhm.
almost makes me feel like my blockers are just not worth it. They just don't do
Mhm.
anything. And at kind of like figuring out when we should be countering, when we should be playing cards or protecting board is a lot of the learning pangs of a set. So
Mhm.
since we have this half set, if you will, with PRB02, it's kind of given people a little bit more time to maybe prepare themselves and get more acclimated with how that matchup plays with whatever deck they're playing.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I like that deck is maybe not like dropped in popularity by any means,
Mhm.
but some of
More
the people
tame.
that it's a lot of the people that were maybe running it because they were thinking that it was the correct play were now realizing like, oh, you know what, I'm starting to lose some of these matchups that I wasn't losing before, and it's because people are catching on to it. So
Right. And is there
yeah.
any in your experience? Is there anything like in particular about a Zoro? Like you're a big blue purple Luffy player. Like, is there any mental steps you take to try to go into Zoro at all? Or
The tough part about that, at least for the blue purple matchup, at least, is it's it really is kind of recognizing,
Mhm.
I have to deal with putting them as low as possible, almost as quickly as possible, while
Mhm.
simultaneously trying to ramp and everything. So a lot of keys to the early game of that matchup tend to be around, your removal, and in blue purple Luffy specifically, your removal with ramp. So being the God thread.
Right.
If you're able to see that, then get to your 9 costs. And now, if I'm able to hopefully the optimistically be at that stage of the game with maybe 2 life or so, then we might be in a really good spot. If we're at 1 life, it can get a little bit awkward simply because we have to play around the fact that
So
they
many
can.
restands.
Yeah, there are just so many restands, so many big swings, and you're like,
Mhm.
okay, well, I could block this, but if I do block this, does it do me anything? And then once you get to that sweet spot where you actually have like I want to say it's 2 blockers, um, you actually kind of find like a weird balance where your opponent kind of recognizes, okay, I can all in swing, but a lot of the times they're going to have to pivot to going for your character. So then you're able to give a free block. They can restand, and then if they're swinging at you again, you're like, okay, well, I just give you a big counter, or and hopefully leave one of my blockers. A bunch of good stuff. It's good.
Yeah, no, for sure. And like to your point, like about racing Zoro, we kind of see that happen to the, was it Sabo? Yeah, the red black Sabo.
Yeah.
Like they had a great board. I like, honestly, like you follow that game and you're like, you know, Sabo got to play their game. They had a board, they were wide, they were going for attacks. They just didn't win the race. I think Zoro ended up with like 3 or 4 life by the end of it, and they just couldn't, like, they couldn't commit to like not like actually winning that race on their end. Like they only committed to one half of that game plan, kind of like what you were saying, and kind of maybe mismanaging that a little bit, unfortunately.
That's the annoying part about playing against Green Zoro is it is a race, you know, and that deck is, they've got a lot of bricks in the deck, so you can get through with some, you know, 6-7 Ks, occasionally the 5s, but a lot of the 5s are just like really easy for them to get out of. But it can be a doozy, because it's like, how do you pressure life when you almost have no board because they're able to remove the board and everything? So Green Zoro's a tricky one. Just knowing when to counter and when not to is really what makes that matchup a little complicated. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we are taking a little break before we hop into round 5. And so don't go anywhere. We should be back hopefully in about, I would say probably about, because we got word about 10 minutes, about 5 minutes ago. So hopefully about 10 minutes from now, maybe 15. Yeah, is what I would imagine. After, because they always take a little break between rounds. So
yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. But thank you again. We'll see you when the next round starts. Swoosh. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Core TCG Regional here, the offline regional in the Los Angeles Convention Center. We've got a heck of a matchup here for you. We did some scouring, and our floor judge, the GOAT, ended up finding the perfect purple v purple matchup, okay? And we're not talking about a mirror. We're just talking about mono purple versus mono purple. We've got Purple Luffy against Purple Katakuri. So pretty excited about this because personally speaking, I'm a big Purple Luffy fan, but at the same time, I think that Purple Katakuri was something that I had my eye on because it just looks really fun.
Another 6K leader, right? Like I think like anytime you can have a leader that's just on offense and defense 6K depending on how you feel. Like
Yeah,
it's pretty strong. So definitely just gonna see more and more of that value in this card game. And it seems like that's where the power progression is going. So this Katakuri on its own is probably going to be just a mainstay potentially going forward. But then, like you said, the Purple Luffy, a little bit on the older side, but also keeps up just being able to ramp to 10 as like one of the fastest decks to get yourself to 10, right? Dawn and start playing a lot of those like end game cards is pretty powerful because those are only getting stronger.
yeah, 100%. And there's also the new PRB02 edition that's coming to Katakuri as well with the Charlotte Pudding. Very interesting card and very powerful card, honestly. And we've got the Charlotte Pudding is going to be, I think it's like a Dawn -2 if your leader has Big Mom Pirates. You get to, and your opponent, excuse me, has 6 or more Dawn cards on the field. You draw 2 cards, then you play a 6K to 8K power character from your hand. I mean, that's pretty good. So you're developing a 7 cost 5K as well as potentially like the 8 cost Katakuri that is no longer playable in Blue Purple Luffy, but very playable in Katakuri itself, which I believe was what the original design of the card was for. So,
but yeah, just we are in the LA Convention Center, Core TCG, One Piece Regional with 1,024 players. It's just crazy to me how sold out and to the max all these One Piece events get. Not a single One Piece event goes without hitting the cap. It is people want to play this game, and it's for good reason, man. It's like still one of the most competitive games in the TCG space. It's not much can beat it, I feel.
Well, it's got that beautiful nostalgia of the incredible IP of One Piece, you know, and obviously just they made a very, in my opinion, a very simplistic yet challenging game, you know, all in one. It's not hard. Like the barrier of entry to learn how to play the game is not very difficult, but the barrier of being very good at the game can start to get very high, you know. And we've seen that time and time again with, you know, these players that you think that they've had their run. Like, okay, all right, this player he's done the most. He's done, right? Nope. They're just going to continue going and continue absolutely crushing it at these events. So, yeah.
And honestly, the way I define competitive game, or at least competitive card game, is how often that is based on the idea that like the most competitive game for me means that the better player wins the most often, right?
Sure.
And I think One Piece is just genuinely that just stays true. It's just like, yeah, like, you know, you can have your bad leader matchups, you can have a bad color pairing, or you can just have a bad draw. But more often than not, I do think above all else, the better player will win most games of this game. Unless like, and I just think that is just what incentivizes players to just reign supreme, like love this game and want to seek that skill ceiling, like you were saying.
Sure, 100%. And I think this is one of those matchups that I don't think it's completely awful for either leader. But I also will say that I'm saying that in full confidence that I actually haven't seen how a lot of these new Purple Luffy players are testing and playing, you know, some of the some of the current ideas behind the deck. You know, there's been this switch to a Big Mom style package, so it's like you've got these different searchers,
Mhm.
and even if you're not running the searchers, you're just running what tends to be a lot more Big Mom Pirates ideas in the deck. So I have a lot of fun with playing like any deck, but realistically, these two were just some of the more fun purple leaders that I had a really nice time testing. Now we're going to get to see Katakuri using leader effect here, doing the Dom -1, but gets it back rested because of the 3-cost putting on board. And we are we are going to get to go only 6k, I believe, to life, because he didn't know the cost of the card. Am I mistaken? I don't believe so, but let me just double check. Oh, okay, that's right. It's actually, I'm thinking of the Parasparrow is where you're actually going to be using the declaring the cost of the card. So it's just looking for it. Yep. Is the leader effect.
Yeah, Purple Luffy got off to a pretty fast start here with the All Stars to ramp to 5. We attacked for 6, and now on this turn we are now at 7, and we're gonna be able to play that 7-cost Sanji Purple come down. That's gonna remove. We're gonna get rid of the pudding and do up life damage here, which is pretty strong. And now we're gonna, I think, Katakuri will be on their 6th Dawn turn, and we still got a grip of a hand, but it doesn't look like we have much of a top end just yet. But that Parasparrow will be coming down, like you were saying.
Yeah, and Purple Luffy has kind of a weird time dealing with this card. Other than like 9-cost Big Mom, it becomes a little bit awkward to remove this card off the board, just because Purple Luffy isn't like an extremely big. It's not like an extremely big removal based deck. Yeah, but the nice thing about Parasparrow is that activate main, so he is going to get to use his leader effect here first, taking a look at the cost of the card, and then Parasparrow is going to say, hey, let me just do this. Now I can double check and I can go, it is this cost, and it sure is. What is that, the Strusen?
Yeah, that's Strusen. So we are on the Big Mom package here for Purple Luffy. And now and now we've guessed the card correctly, so we're just gonna pass turn here.
Yeah. And now Luffy's gotten to that point though where Katakuri can be very scary. Simply because you're now past like the 8 Dawn mark, right? And Katakuri gets a little interesting if you end up, the tough part is just having it, but if you end up having like multiple 8-cost Katakuris in hand, you also have the 2-cost baby Katakuri, it kind of allows you to do a lot of things. You can go, all right, I'm going to develop 2 AK blockers that restand and give me Dawn at the end of my turns. So really huge.
Ramp again from Luffy, so we can go 9-cost Big Mom here.
Yeah, and this is like I was saying, you gotta have this answer for the Parasparrow, because Paro is more or less kind of like the lifeblood and the engine of what Katakuri wants to do here. I actually looked away for a second. Did he heal with 9 Mom, or did he forget? I think looked away for a second.
No, they took a hit. Oh no, they used the leader effect and they did not heal with 9 Mom. Yeah.
Wow, we forgot to heal. That's unfortunate. Yeah,
that's rough. So we got the little Katakuri come down for 2. This is the winter store packs, and we're gonna get to play 8 cost. Wow, 8 cost.
8 for 2.
Oh, that's so strong.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And we have the backup Parasparrow as well.
Yeah. Yeah,
so from here,
this could be tragic, man. Not having that extra life. I wonder if he's realized that he's made the mistake yet or not.
Yeah, and that's due to a Big Mom being a May effect on the healing, right? It's not a mandatory effect.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, that's probably gonna be the blunder of the game. We got a Gum Giant at the top. I think we knew that due to or wait, we haven't did we activate I think we did activate Parasparrow to see this.
Yeah, he used leader effect for that. Yep. And then Paraspec Sparrow effect does give him that draw cycle as well as
Dawn
a
ramp.
little bit of ramp. Yeah. So, I mean, pretty solid right here for Samuel on the Sparrow. That's scary because like I think he would have been in a really comfortable spot to put down that 9 cost Luffy that he has in hand if he was at 2 life here. You know, maybe not like I wouldn't feel the most comfortable in the world, but I wouldn't feel bad about it.
Yeah.
And
we're gonna minus the Dawn for our leader effect and just eat the Luffy attack. Now we're sitting at Katakuri once again sitting at the 6k.
Yep. And he's also using that to take a peek at what his opponent's going to have for the next turn, just saying like, okay, maybe I can plan ahead for this. We are just going to see a block 2k here. And we have 5 Dawn being rested for Queen. And this has been kind of obviously a very old card coming from Starter Deck 4, but kind of a newer addition to the deck from a lot of the time when players were just playing kind of like the Luffy Taro idea,
right,
and just like standard Straw Hat build to the deck. And now it's kind of pivoted to more of the Big Mom Pirates idea. Even though Queen doesn't fall under those Big Mom Pirates, it's just
gives you an empty space and it's a good draw card, right?
Yeah, cycle. You get card cycle. You get a very powerful blocker. Oh, and look, we're going to see the new PRB pudding coming down for 7 Dawn here. We'll see the Dawn -2. Pudding getting
screen for everybody. So
yeah,
look at it with us. It's gonna be the new card. Funny enough, I got the Japanese one on screen. But on play, -2 John. If your leader has Big Mom Pirates type, your opponent has 6 or more Dawn cards on the field. Draw 2 cards, then play up to 1 Big Mom Pirate with 5 cost or less. So I think we played. We played a Katakuri.
Yep, played a blocker Katakuri that we just picked up off the event from the previous turn as well. We are going to see another Dawn minus for him to take a look at the top. I think I don't know what card that was. I thought I saw it, but I didn't see it. Well, we will know now. It is a Miss Double Finger on the top of the deck, a solid 2k counter.
Yeah. Man, so it's just like it feels like this Luffy deck feels like it's kind of just like purple good stuff over any one particular package, it seems. I guess I'm probably focused on Big Mom Pirates, but we're seeing every single just like purple staple hit the deck here, and we're gonna see a giant purple Straw Hat purple staple. So, and 9 cost Luffy once again gets discarded. So I think we've discarded up to 2 of these 9 cost Luffys. Yeah,
2 in trash now at this point. We are gonna see a 9k. This could just be a simple block. Oh, he's gonna block 2k. Wow, block 2k. Interesting.
Wow, that's still a good amount of cards out of hand.
Yeah.
And yeah, the good Katakuri effect to unrest 2 Big Mom Pirate cards. It's gonna allow us to be aggressive and defensive at the same time, which is kind of busted.
Yeah, I heard that's a pretty good effect.
Yeah. It's like what's the big football thing? It's like a good offense is a good defense, but now it's just like what porque no los dos? Just have both.
Yeah, porque no los dos. I like that. We do see the 1 cost pudding being used here. We'll pick up an 8 cost Katakuri of our own. I think he's been looking for this card for a while too, so this is pretty solid. Now the pudding also has an effect for the main turn is you can Dawn -1 rest the character and look at 1 card off the top of your opponent's deck. Not going to be very relevant here for Purple Luffy, but can be very nice for the Katakuri, and it becomes kind of like a pseudo blocker, which is really nice. But he gives a 1k as well as that 8k block.
And I think Luffy is just attacking into life with all of these swings. And yeah, we're going to see, we're going to eat that Big Mom. We still have 9 Dawn left, I believe, from the Purple Luffy. So probably going to play that Katakuri, like you were saying. Probably play it over the pudding.
Yeah. Yeah. Play it over the pudding. Play 1. We see a Strusen on top of the deck revealed from the 1 cost event effect for Katakuri there. And
oh,
this is interesting. It's It's interesting because it's not normally very relevant, but it can be. Wow. All right, Purple Luffy actually getting some use out of the pudding here. Now we're going to see 8 Dawn rested, plays over the pudding, plays down the Katakuri, gets that Dawn that was put back into the Dawn deck from pudding, and can restand the Linlin. Still has 1 Dawn active for Giant and everything. I mean, great turn. It was a great turn.
I mean, yeah, and I mean, but like we got a pretty strong turn here on the clapback from Katakuri. Not only do we have two of these Katakuris, but I mean, putting herself as a blocker, pair of sparrows, another 7k. Like this is just 5 really good attacks.
Yeah,
and I think Luffy's only got the 2 or 3 cards in hand, and we are gonna 2k. We're gonna 1k, excuse me, out of the pudding attack. Gonna play 9 Mom, I believe.
No, this is the 10 Mom. Yeah.
Oh.
So 10 cost Linlin is crazy. This card is actually just legitimately terrifying. Not only in looks, but it's just a really, really good card. So the card gains rush, and then on your opponent's attack, you can choose to Dawn -5, and then you can reveal a card from the top of your opponent's deck. And if it is whatever the cost is, then all of your leader gains plus 2,000 for the turn. So you become a 7k leader. You're that much harder to kill.
You can sit there and become an 8k leader because it's Katakuri. Wow, that's gross.
Yeah, and he's got all these swings left. He's swung a bunch of 5s, but we're gonna see Blast Breath there to get out of the 8k.
They're 8k, and I think we're done. We have 2 blockers, to be fair. Never mind on the done part, but yeah, we got no choice. We got to block.
It's gonna block in 1k, and now we're gonna see this Linlin rush. This is the tough part, though. Like, how do you win here now? How do you win? You have to get through 2 blockers, 2 life. Blockers. You only have 5 swings and a top deck.
And smartly using our Katakuri effects to rest everything but the 12 Mom, just saying like, yeah, if you command enough Dawn to try to attack into 12 Mom, like you can have it, buddy.
Yeah, like have fun. I think that the game started, I would say looking pretty well for the Purple Luffy player here, but now Katakuri is just showcasing how strong those cards like pudding and having a Peril Sparrow established, but being able to cheat out a Katakuri as well once his opponent got to 8 Dawn, it's very, very strong. So
it's once like it's, I don't want to say like just like once the combo is established, right? Because all these cards are playing off of each other. And so like once we never saw another removal on Peril. I don't think this Peril Sparrow's ever attacked other than or I should say has been left rested to be removed potentially.
Yeah, because it said the Katakuri just says, "Hey, let me restand you." The Katakuri is just so good in that regards. Yeah, Vincent's got a lot. He's probably got a lot going through his head right now, but this is not easy.
Yeah, just Samuel's got pretty good grip of a hand. Like I think he's got 6 cards in hand, 2 blockers. We're
blocking and 1King. Like he's good. He's chilling.
Yeah, we got to get out of. Oh, how do I say this? But like you have to you need 3 of these attacks to go through, and they have 2 blockers. So this next attack has to eat the block, and then you just gotta hope they have bricks.
Yeah.
Because like on the plus side, we have Bon Clay's been allowed to stay on the board, and like we have a great 10 Mom target. So I guess we'll see what Bon Clay does, or how we structure this turn. All right, we're gonna go 9 Mom first. I think this is for 10. We eat that.
We know the final life is a brick.
Yeah, so that helps. Samuel looking a little cold. Poor guy.
Cold in LA?
Hey man, air conditioner's on.
That's fair. That is fair. And so we could see, again, he hasn't even done the Dawn -5 effect for Linlin yet.
Right, which will put us to 8K. And then we're gonna use the counter event. Look at the top card. We know it's a pudding, so we're just gonna say what it is. And big old big old swing. And we're gonna counter out of that.
Yeah, yep.
Those
he
are all
knows.
2Ks?
Yep.
Wow, we collected so many 2Ks. That's crazy.
Samuel
And,
Santiago taking it down with Purple Katakuri. You know, it's like we said, we're going to have a battle of mono purple versus mono purple, but just being able to build such a wide board, such a strong board at that, you know, so quickly, you know, it goes to show that just that one simple addition from the PRB02 pudding right there is absolutely incredible.
I mean, we definitely found all our pieces that we were looking for, right? Like we saw the first Sparrow, which was useful, but we got it removed, and then we had the pack up, and then after that, yeah, we were able to combo into a Katakuri, or 8-drop Katakuri into another pudding, which gave us another Katakuri.
Yeah.
And then after that, it was just running away with the game. There was just nothing we could do to answer the board anymore. And then, yeah, no, 10 mom. That 10 mom was kind of game ending. But also, like, I guess, like, honestly though, like, I know we harped on it when it happened, but like missing out on that 9-drop big mom heal from Purple Luffy doesn't seem like, honestly, with the way the game was going, doesn't really seem like it was gonna matter too much. Could have, maybe, is there a trigger that really flips the script? I don't think so. I think that game was out of our hands even without the heal.
No, the only argument I could think of is maybe, and this is highly unlikely, but no, actually, I don't even think it's possible now I think about it. I was going to say maybe it allows you to protect and keep that queen blocker alive if you got like some extra card that gave you enough counter, but I don't think there was anything there that would have allowed you. Yeah, no, I don't think there was. Yeah, it's scary though. I tell you what, when that's why I try as much as possible as Purple Luffy to end that game as quickly as possible. You know, obviously removing the Sparrow is very key. If they see a second one, you have to see a second Big Mom. So it's going to come down to, are we able to see our 9 moms enough to not only stay healthy, life size, but remove that pesky 5-cost blocker or a 5-cost character that's like their lifeblood of Katakuri. Like it really just keeps that deck going. It allows them to filter through all the bricks in the deck.
I mean, we saw it, right? They ended the game with like over 4 or 5 2Ks plus like a counter events to back them up. Like they were just, there was no way they were not going to have the counter to survive a turn and go for a game on the flip end at the end there. That was disgusting.
Yeah, I think Katakuri is a very underrated leader. But the tough part, the reason why I don't believe that it's currently even, you know, in the top of the top is because it lacks the ability to find those cards consistently. If you miss those cards, you know, kind of like when we watched Blue Purple Luffy in round 1, where it just missed all of its ramp cards. The deck just couldn't perform. You can't perform. You can't do what you want to do at that point. So it's this very similar with the Katakuri. If you're not able to find the Sparrow, if you're not able to see a minimum of at least 1 8-cost Katakuri, it just goes very downhill from there.
Goes south. I mean, we saw that with the Rayleigh too, right? Bottom deck, all our 4-cost Luffys, like all 4 to the bottom. They didn't even have a character on board. It was
brutal.
Brutal indeed.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that was what we got. We're going into round 6, which is exciting. But
yeah.
I mean, we definitely what?
Oh, I'm sorry. Continue.
No, I was gonna say, like, we definitely, like, we're getting inklings of word of like what else is around. Like, I know there's still an undefeated Bonnie. There, like, what else are we talking about? There was definitely definitely Zoro's still around. Purple Luffy's. So if you guys again want to let us know if there's anything we can still find. I think there were still a couple interesting ones. I think there was even mention of Koala still going into it.
Really?
But,
I might have walked away for that moment.
Oh, Smoker. It was Smoker, Bello, Betty, and Smoker. That's what it was. Those were the ones that are still around going into this round. Let's see. We'll see what it's going. We're gonna cut it to a break. We're gonna go into round 6. See you guys. Oh, is there maybe a gecko? People want Koala gecko. Well, maybe. Who knows? We'll talk about it in our back rooms. and we'll cut to a break. Swoosh it away, Android. Welcome back, everybody, to the Core TCG One Piece card game regional. 24 players here in the LA Convention Center in Los Angeles, California, where we're going into round 6. And I think we got another pretty unique matchup. We've been pretty good about getting some unique decks on board. I think this is going to be one of our first duplicates. We got blue Purple Luffy on one end, but on the other end, I think what do you got, Luffy? I forget. What
we have red blue Marco.
Ooh.
Yeah. So red blue Marco is a very, in my opinion, it's a deck that's always been kind of a sleeper deck, and it is doing really well right now, undefeated 5-0. Obviously, as we go into round 6 here, and man, the new additions that it's getting here as well are phenomenal. So obviously, adding the 4-cost blocker Marco that will be very prevalent in OP13. Being one of the few blue decks, if not the only blue deck at the moment, able to kind of take advantage of that, of that new card right now is really solid. And then it will be interesting to see if he is running some of the other newer red cards, like potentially Kobe or the 6-cost Law. I think that would be really interesting to kind of see if that's what their idea is. And it does look as though Blue Purple Luffy is going to get a 6K swing through and then use the gear 2 to ramp up to 4.
Nice. And we are on Marco's turn. What are we gonna see? Like, we're on 4 Dawn. So like, how early, like, is this new Marco card something, like, in your experience, something like we want to see it on 4? You just want to see it on curve, you're just gonna play it every time instantly? Or is this something to hold off on, maybe towards the later half of the game, where you want those random blockers, you want to be able to post up correctly? And we are going to put the 1 Dawn on Marco, and we're going to go ahead and attack here, getting a 1K out of our Luffy player and getting a chopper.
Okay, so this might be a bit of an interesting, different build than I was anticipating. So he is running the it looks as though he's running the animal package for the Marco. One thing that I've seen with this package is like it's kind of deceiving. So you can end up, what you can end up doing here is you can run this to distract your opponent for a few turns, get to the late stages of the game, and then you're dropping your 9-cost Sanjis, your 8-cost Rayleighs, and really like the top end. So it's more like, what I've seen of this is it's just a distraction. Like, hey, we're here to really kind of press your swings and distract you from going to life. And we are gonna see three cards being drawn by Nami here, returning 2 to the top or bottom of the deck. Could be setting up something. Probably not, if I had to take a guess, just because we didn't ramp this turn. We're at 6, we're going to 8. There's not many setups that you can really do at 8 Dawn very much, but you can put 2 cards deep to the top to where you might have a potential Sanji play, but
it's
we
like
do
to
see
the
him,
bottom we go.
we see him going to the bottom there.
All right, so now we got a potential 2 attacks this turn, but I feel like we'd probably looking at doing something different with this turn. It'd be interesting. So we got 6 Dawn for the Marco. We're gonna attack 5. If an empty 5, it's not gonna threaten any damage, but it does get the chopper effect going. We're gonna get the was this PB1 chopper down?
Yeah, I think it's EB01. Yeah,
EB01. EB01 chopper down, and we're gonna use our full 6 Dawn to get the new Trafalgar Law, I believe.
Yeah.
And this card, I think this is probably one of the, for me, has been the card not talked about enough. It doesn't go into any deck like right away. I think it's its problem. Like the traits are a little awkward. I know there's the punk. Like the biggest thing is like the punk trait goes into some of the I don't know, like the red Sanji deck, I think, is the big thing. But it's just good generic red card, it feels like.
It really is, yeah. A lot of reduction there, a lot of protection from removal. 7K stat line, just really nice. And realistically, it's probably a card that won't threaten Leo, too much, but it will it'll make some of those power hungry larger cards just a little bit more susceptible to a quick attack. And
do you attack with this Nami into the chopper? Like, how much are you like? Because we already see that Leo is trying to like not incentivize, but like is favoring just going for board instead of life nonstop here. Like every leader attack has gone into one of these choppers. And are we gonna see? Are we gonna care enough to try to get this Nami to attack that chopper again?
there's a chance for sure. I'd like to see if he has the 8 cost rush Luffy here. I'd
Mm,
personally enjoy seeing something a little different, but instead we are going to have a
on
4 cost Bon Clay coming down to ramp 1 and then another Nami. So now I feel like you could comfortably swing it, but you do also just you basically just come to terms with, okay, card is going to be removed from the board anyways if Law swings into it. So
Mhm. Right, so double Nami on the board. Like you said, we're gonna go into Marco's turn, draw for turn. Probably gonna. We've been seeing just like these empty attacks from the chopper, so it'd be interesting to see if we see like just another empty attack and just get another animal down, or do we actually try to threaten some damage and ask for a card? Because the Luffy is gonna start. We're at the point where the blue purple Luffy will be drawing 2 cards a turn. So, or yeah, I think we are on
yeah,
the
next
correct card.
turn.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And Leo is he's very experienced with this deck. I've seen not only him play in person, but also through his own content creation.
Mm-hmm.
He's very well versed in the blue purple Luffy sphere, and he's got a solid start right now, just kind of looking to see if he can find that top end for the next few turns. I don't believe that he needs to look at this chopper really as much of a threat as it has been, just more, again, just as a distraction.
Mm-hmm.
You obviously can just get rid of it the following turn, but if Marco is able to develop a Rayleigh here, could be really big for him. I just think that having Rayleigh to remove this Bon Clay, and this is interesting. So this is the blocker, if I'm not mistaken, the 2 cost blocker. I always forget the name of it.
I'm not too familiar, but we do use the leader effect to -2 the Nami, setting the top card with something, and now we are attacking Richie.
That's it.
We're gonna attack 6k the chopper, and now we're going 7k at lead with the Law minusing 2k the other Nami. So both Namis are existing at the -2k stat line. And now we got to make a decision from Leo. Are we going to counter out? Is it time to use a Nami? It'll be interesting.
Yeah, I think
And
taking here is
alive,
fine.
yeah.
Seems fine.
Another 6, and we are going to give up on a Nami potentially. Yeah, they're both -2k, just confirming that and giving up on a Nami. There we go. And then following it up with another Law.
Yeah.
I think that kind of makes it as we have to deal with this first Law. Oh, but we are a quick grab from our leader search to the bottom of to the top of the deck, and draw for turn.
Look at that. Sets up the top 5 like it was, like he had already planned it. He's got this figured out. He understands how this deck works. He knows what he needs to be doing and when to do it. I actually think
Going into the Richie, okay. Not
did he
favoring
draw
the
for turn?
chopper.
I mean, not that it really matters, but I think
he did. I mean, it was quick. Like all of Leo's actions are super quick, so it's almost hard to follow. But I would be hard pressed to believe that.
Yeah, he did.
And they definitely drew because they instantly knew it was going to be the Dofi.
Yep. We get the Rosinante out. This is huge. This is actually a really big play.
That's the biggest combo turn. Oh my god.
Yeah, we get to develop a Rosinante, set 2 active, trash the God Thread, draw 2 off the Rosinante, and now having Doflamingo on the board is also really big, just because you can use the leader effect, or excuse me, not the leader effect. You can use the character effect to do some pretty silly stuff. So that was huge. That was a very big turn, and that's just how quickly Blue Purple Luffy can go from being in by no means was he in a bad position, but you can go from being in like an awkward position,
just so ahead,
to just, hey, I'm him, I'm that guy, and it's very, very powerful effect here. It's very interesting to think back to, when we were playing the 9 Mom and the 8 cost Katakuri prior to the leader locked restrictions that happened. And now just fully realizing like, yeah, okay, that didn't do as much as we maybe had planned it to do.
It's like we leader effect to minus the Nami, now Trafalgar Law effect to minus the Rosinante, and then the first law is actually attacked into Bon Clay, and then now just attack into leader for 7. Got a full plan for what we're gonna do with this 9 Dawn, I believe. Are we gonna see our own 9 cost Sanji? Very possible.
Very possible. Yeah. Yep. It really just kind of depends on, did he have like the correct play to put on top of the deck? And it looks as though he probably did. So, yep.
Ooh, Whitebeard, that's huge. Oh, this Whitebeard combo with the laws is so disgusting.
It's actually really, really good. So we get rid of Rosinante there. Rosinante is, like, he could have arguably gotten rid of, the 9 cost Sanji, the 8 cost Doflamingo there, but the Rosinante is so annoying. It's so annoying. Like, they're just
your opponent, that above all else.
Yeah, your opponent being able to restand 2 Dawn every single turn when they're, they're very fortunate enough to be running, 12 plus counter events in the deck. I mean, it's huge. It's absolutely huge. So I think that's a big play. Picking up another Sanji here is massive as well. Is he able to get the perfect play that he wants off of it is the question. Losing those 2 characters, though, is ironic in some way, shape, or form, because now he's just got them again. Like, he's just gonna have a full board.
Yeah, I think we have a full 10 Dawn play coming up for Leo. We're attacking empty with the leader, which is still a 6k attack, and then looks like we were thinking empty, an empty attack Sanji into law, and we really need to start answering these laws too, because both of these laws comboed with the Edward Newgate, which I believe is a main effect to rest it and delete it and KO character. So we could just essentially just KO any character we want going forward between 2 laws and our own leader effect. So
yeah, I mean, you're not wrong about that. And if he does counter out, like, it's fine. But at the same time, like, I just don't believe he would keep both of them on the board. It's just too expensive. And now he's thinking about, you definitely have to keep one. I mean, like, I just don't see a world where you don't.
Yeah.
If he has the Mihawk setup here, though, he's in such a good spot.
Another Rosinante instead.
Rosinante's fine. Don't hate it at all. But if he had like a Mihawk to be able to answer the Newgate or even the Law, something of that sorts, I think he'd be in a bit of a better position. It's just that this Newgate is going to be, it's just annoying. The card is going to be very sticky. It's going to, continue to remove some of these important pieces for Leo, but he can, again, kind of only afford to remove 1 or 2 per turn. So it's not what's
your idea here for Alan? What is, like, you attack with law -2 something, maybe you like, are you going for board, or are you trying to go face?
I think you have to go life. Like, you can't you can't swing at the Sanji or the Rosinante. They're just too tall. Even if you reduce them, it still doesn't feel worth. Right. It just feels like you're playing from behind right now. You're going to be able to remove potentially 1, optimally 2 characters from the board this turn. I think something that would be really nice is if he's able to develop like another Sanji into a Why am I forgetting the name of it?
Another new gate or Rayleigh?
Rayleigh. Yeah, Rayleigh would be
Really?
huge. Yeah, Rayleigh would be really nice because he's going to get the -2 from the leader effect here. He's going to get the why am I forgetting the name of it? He's going to get the -2 from the Trafalgar Law as well. The removal from Newgate, and then Rayleigh would probably give him a second removal and a reduction to one of the taller swings that's coming up. But
it's like we're -4. We're gonna minus, and so leader effect minuses the Rosinante or Doflamingo. Then we attack Trafalgar Law. I'm not sure where the attack went, but I imagine they're probably going life like you suggested. But then that -2 on that Doflamingo one more time.
in this instance, I actually think it's into the Doflamingo because he's doing the 7K, and it seems like if you had already done your leader effect to reduce it, going 7 into 6 only commands 1 card, but if you go 7 into 5, which the Doflamingo is now, you're like, hey, give me 2 cards, give me an event, give me 2 cards, give me something. Whereas
just give it up, right?
Yeah, and like sure, he could just block 2K if he really wanted to, but we are going to see a giant to protect it. Maybe he just wants to dig a little bit deeper into the deck.
Didn't look like Leo really liked his top deck from his previous search, so just kind of digging through that makes sense to me.
Okay, yeah. Yep, definitely. Still has 2 Dawn to play with for counter events. Could have Thunder Bagua, could be, you know, some Gear 2s to defend life. There's also the very sneaky, kind of tricky card here. Why am I forgetting the name? Oh my gosh, the 2 cost from OPO2. It is Hell's Judgment. Yes, Hell's Judgment to it's a very sneaky card. It isn't played like all the time in this deck, but it's, you know, it's something that kind of works from time to time.
So we are going to use the Newgate effect to get rid of the Doflamingo. And now we just got to see where we decide to attack with the Sanji and the our Marco leader.
Okay.
Either of these can be blocked by the Nami. We're going to go 10K. So we have an 8 Dawn play now instead of a 9 Dawn play available to us. Looks like looking at another 2. Oh, here comes another 8 at lead, demanding another 2 cards, and we do choose to counter. 1K, 2K, sorry.
Sure.
4 cost Marco here, the new card of the deck. Gonna play and then play a Richie, like you said, the blocker. So double blocker ender turn for our turn here, and it looks like we're gonna grab a 2K Sanji off of our leader effect. And looks like what do we set up for the draws? But man, looks like Alan finding the new 4 card. Let's see how. Ooh. Let's see if it demands is able to be as strong.
I don't know if I saw it correctly, but I think I saw that he had the 8 cost Rush Luffy in hand. If that's the case, this could be a pretty interesting turn where he ends up playing that, bouncing the Marco back and stopping his opponent from being able to draw 2. Could be interesting.
Wow. We're going, all right, 6K into life, 9K into life. That's kind of tough.
I love the confidence of Leo here.
And taking the block now, I like that. That's good to see. And I think we just blocked this too with Richie. What do you say?
More than likely, yeah. You don't want to go to 1 with this kind of board. So this deck runs a bunch of blockers as well. So Marco's probably just chilling. Oh my god, the 3rd Sanji. Oh boy. That is.
Oh, when you're digging 5 cards a turn, surely you're gonna find everything like this. So
surely, yeah. That's pretty good.
5 cards in hand for Leo, 2 life. We do have 3 attacks, but this is just a rough board going forward. And is it still just go face game plan? It's gotta be.
I mean, I say you gotta kind of stick with it. I don't even think this Rosinante at this point. It has to be. I don't even know if that can be respected, just because like you're finding yourself in a harder and harder position. But if he has another Sanji, there is a world where he's able to crawl back into this, having multiple top end cards, reducing his opponent's attacks enough to where he sure might go down to 0, but might be able to win on the clapback. The tough part is winning on the clapback against a deck like Blue Purple, where it just has so many counter events with, like you can just play one blocker, leave 5 active, and then restand 2 with Rosinante and be like, all right, cool, pass.
Ooh, this is our play. So no second Sanji, like you were saying, but the Rayleigh coming down to, it's like we minus the Sanji some more, but you get rid of the Rosinante.
Yeah, I don't hate it, but I just don't think it's enough.
Yeah, I mean, we could, maybe best case scenario, we're gonna attack Trafalgar Law minus. Oh, did we minus another 2K?
Yeah, he just said I want that card gone, basically.
Oh,
he did. I did see that correctly. He did have the ACOS Luffy. Does choose to trash it here. Draws 2, goes to 10. Leader swings 7. Doesn't leave a Dawn up. I'd be scared, man. I would maybe bluff the Dawn there.
Bluffed a Radical Beam or something.
Yeah.
Do you think there's a world where the Trafalgar Law should have maybe instead -2 the other Sanji, and then we attack into that twice?
The other Sanji? Was that rested?
Yes. I think 2 Sanji. Maybe I'm crazy.
No, it might have been. I think you're right. Yeah, I think you're right. Sorry, I wasn't. Yeah, I think you're right, but I don't know if it would have really done any different. And you got 5.
Oh, we did minus the Sanji. We just didn't attack into it. Okay. Or
no, yeah, the minus is from the Rayleigh effect, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. This is round 6. Both players undefeated, ladies and gentlemen. So we've got undefeated Marco and undefeated Blue Purple Luffy here. Both players doing very well. And I think that Leo has recognized that he can go for game, but doesn't really even have to. So he's just going to swing 9. And now you could probably just swing 6 with lead and do whatever he wants with the rest of the remaining Dawn. Leave up a tiny bit to survive. And he's looking good. I think the only way that maybe Marco gets there is by like a crazy pudding play. Just like pudding draws into like 5 bricks and it just gets very awkward. So
which is possible, but with the ending our turn on a blocker, I think even that protects us for Leo.
Yeah, honestly.
Maybe
there's always a world with 4 attacks, 2 life, 1 blocker. You have a chance. The reality is though, well, now you probably don't have a chance. If this last card in hand isn't a 2K. Oh yeah, that's rough. Yeah.
I think it's gonna be pretty close to the end here for Alan. We'll see. Probably maybe a Sanji play into another Edward. Newgate can flip the script. Maybe another Rayleigh can change a lot. Clean up board. There's a world where we can get rid of all these 9K attacks, but with the Trafalgar Law, the laws were so pivotal in making the math work in our favor.
Yeah.
And Leo's got so many cards in hand that we could just defend our characters on top of that.
Yeah, you're just getting outvalued, man. Like three 9-cost Sanjis to your one cost, or to your 1 9-cost Sanji is like, how do you beat that? That's tough.
Yeah, looks like we see 1 Marco or 1 down for the Marco. Use the effect. Only 1 card, 2 cards in hand, I believe.
I just I think the only way, and even this is like the longest shot of ever winning, is to see a pudding, get the hand reset, and then you'd have to have some form of removal for that Nami. But since we don't, then this is the only way that he's going to try and survive, and it's not looking optimistic.
Yeah,
if I'm being honest with you.
Looks like this 6K attack into the Mihawk, and now Rayleigh into the Mihawk. Sanji into Sanji. No, we're gonna Bagua.
No, just going into life here. We just Bagua. We use leader effect. Swing double nines if you somehow. I don't think he can get out of both of them. He's just
no, not with one card.
Yeah.
Another giant.
Hey, does he have one? I thought he had more than that. Just one?
Yeah, he had one. Oh. Yeah, we're on one card.
Oh, it's Jover.
It's just simple math.
Yeah, it's
swing,
Jover.
Swing, pass. Yeah.
Yep. Well done to Leo taking it there with blue, purple Luffy. Very healthy as well. He was able to, I mean, that's the strength of this deck is being able to stay very healthy on the hand size, but also the life if you know how to counter, the right times, and then you move into, like, hey, okay, I've got I've got a healthy life. Now I can just start drawing with all of my leader effect, my Namis, and he did really well being able to play out that Sanji into Doflamingo into Rosinante, which just gave him a huge edge, because as much as Marco can control the board really well, it's really tough when your opponent's able to play, two very high-powered bodies out, or in that case, 3 high-powered bodies out in, one single turn. It's unbelievably difficult. So, yeah. Congrats to Leo on that one. I honestly, I had faith in him. He's a good buddy. So he's a good friend. I was like, dude, this guy's got it. There's no way. Every time I play against him on the sim, it's always a like 1 in 3 chance that I might win the game, and that's if it's a good leader matchup for me. He's a solid player for sure.
That's really exciting to see this. And then, as we're going into now round 7 out of 10 at our 1024 player tournament here at the Core TCG Regional, we're probably going to start seeing some of those mainstay, the most consistent and the best players are probably sneaking with their way to the top. And we're going to see more of those, like, those tier 1 leaders continue to reign dominance, right? Like blue, purple Luffy, or might finally see a Bonnie coming up here into the next round. So, with that said, we're gonna take a break, and hopefully we'll be back with some more One Piece action. See you guys then.
All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're going into round 7 here, and we have a honestly pretty interesting leader undefeated right now to feature on this match. We have
X1.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I just got a correction. X1. X1. Okay, I thought it was undefeated, but still very interesting to see this character or this leader even X1 at this point. But we have black yellow Koala and going up against green Zoro. So pretty interesting nonetheless. And I think that the leader effect could be really, really nice against this green Zoro leader. So we'll see. We'll have to see how this plays out.
Yeah, no, Koala, like, I mean, Zoro isn't playing characters by effect too often, but they do have a couple pretty big 8 costs that they play. I mean, mostly the Mihawk, but there are a couple other cards that they could potentially be running in the deck. But it looks like our players are fist bumping and getting started. So we're going to start with good old Perona here. Search the top 5 for Slash.
Yeah, it is going to pick up the 3 cost. Or yeah, it can be an event card either. Yeah. I was just I was like, wait, that's not technically a Slash. Threw me off there for a second. But yeah, I think it's going to be really interesting to see how Koala is built because I personally don't know too much about how this deck is, standardly built and like what card it constructed and like what cards it's normally running. So it'll be very interesting to see how that goes.
I believe one of the linchpin cards are there's a Nico Robin they want to see pretty early. That's fairly useful.
Sure. I believe you might be referencing the 6 cost Nico Robin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is definitely a solid card. We are going to see the Revolutionary Army type right here. So that is Morley, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm. That is a blocker, I believe.
Yeah, this is...
No, it's not a blocker, I'm sorry.
This is... oh, no, it's actually just an 8 cost. That's right. It's a 2k 8 cost for Koala's leader effect. So kind of allows them to have like the multiple 8 costs for the
draw effect
leader. Yeah. Oh my goodness. He said, I'm protecting it. He said, don't worry.
Yeah, I mean it's really valuable to keep that character on board. For like again, so we can start drawing too, because if we do get to that point where we are drawing too, it's gonna pay itself back over time, and we're gonna get the 6 cost Nico Robin like I was suggesting. Onto the board.
Yeah, Nico Robin is actually just really solid here as well for not only getting to the point where leader effect is online, but potentially helps protect a couple of things. And
will be a 7k blocker going forward, and then
right.
Also the hand control as well, pretty useful. But let's see what Zoro responds with. That hand control could be enough to put Zoro off kilter a little bit. Let's see, we got 5 cards left in hand for Zoro, so still only looks like nothing crazy. We got a Cavendish, we got a Perona, we got a Kuina, but no Tashigis. And often I tell people that like I feel like Zoro is a deck that like kind of lives and dies off of how many Tashigis they see, as that's like one of their strongest cards. It looks like I see a Mihawk. We see some protection cards in here. 2 Mihawks actually. Might have to pick one of those if our game plan is to ever play one of these Mihawks. Sending 2 to the bottom might be a bad idea, so we're probably it's a good chance we have to grab it. Oftentimes when in these card games, when we are searching the top of our deck, if I ever reveal 2 of something, there's a high chance I'm probably going to take it depending on the need. Because there's a good chance that like you're never gonna see those cards again. Because I mean, at max copies you will run 4. If you're gonna send two of them to the bottom of your deck, then you only have you're only hoping to find 2 more, and one of those could be in your life that you won't see till the end of the game. So you're really only looking for 1 more, and we're going aggressive into that Morley.
Yeah. Am I mistaken in saying that? Maybe maybe Koala. Did Koala not use leader effect there for the Perona being played? See, I don't
It's only by
play-
effect. So it's the leader effects triggered one of two ways for Koala. It is when your opponent plays an 8-cost character, or they play a character via an effect.
Right. Plays that's right. Plays a character off of the effect, not just a character's effect. I got you. Yep. So that's I don't see Koala very often, so this is actually pretty interesting to me just to see it happen. But yeah,
no, definitely a unique leader and not something that comes by often.
Yeah.
Right, so we do get to heal one off of our Kuma, and I believe we do get to what's the word? We do get to the draw one off of our Koala effect. So we are looking at another turn where we've been able to draw 2, and that kind of comes off that like I was saying, like that one turn where we protected the Morley, kind of led into all these extra draws. So it paid itself off.
Yeah, honestly, it makes sense. It feels like bad to just drop 3 cards so early, but then once you get to the point where you're just drawing constantly because of leader effect and having multiple 8 costs on the board, I mean, you're just looking like you're in a solid spot. So Koala can definitely do well here. I think Kuma is going to be a really important card in this matchup. And unfortunately, one did get put into the trash early in the game to protect that Morley originally. But man, another lot of counter to get out of these swings. But Green Zoro doing what Green Zoro does best, turning off the process of questioning what you should do and just turning on the swing at life.
Face is the place.
Yeah. We said, hey, this is what we're gonna do. Oh, this is great though. Yeah.
Oh, another dragon. That's huge.
Dragon's gonna return a few. We're gonna get the Nico Robin. We're gonna get 2 cards out of our opponent's hand here, which is gonna be absolutely massive.
Oh wow, yeah.
Unfortunately,
5 cards.
Yeah, unfortunately though, like losing, hand size ourselves this turn, because we do lose obviously the dragon being played from hand, and we have to trash a card from hand. Still pretty tough nonetheless, but he's deciding what cards he's going to trash here.
I think it's a tough decision because like we have, again, I think we have we have a lot of our low end. We're not seeing any Toshigi still, Kuina, and we're going to get rid of the Kyoshiro. And now here we go, attack 5 with our leader, draw the extra card, demand another card out of David. And now David's sitting at what I believe is back to 3 cards, I guess, after the Kuma dragon attack.
Yeah. And heads up here, like to not attack with his Nico Robin blocker, because realistically, you can very easily lose this turn if your opponent just decides to go, like, all right, attach 7 Dawn, swing 12. You block, restand, swing 12, and then restand with the 3-cost event, swing 12. Yeah. So this is
they do get arrested by
he's got no counter at all.
Oh wow.
Green Zoro has literally no counter, like at all. It is
so it'll be a tough decision. What are we gonna see? Because we don't have, I think we have 1 restand effect. So there's a world we like play this out to where we Toshigi. That's gonna be 5. I think we're at 10 Dawn. So Toshigi 5. That puts 3 under Zoro. That leaves us with 5 Dawn, so we can go 10 into life. And
I think you have to. I literally think you have to.
But that's not even enough because the Toshigi rests 1, but we have 2 blockers, so we survive no matter what.
No, there's a chance that works because he gets rid of one of the Nico Robins, right? So then he has 1 blocker to get through that restands his leader, 1 life, and then the restand for the final swing. So it would be 3 10s, and as long as Koala is able to get out of one of the 10s, you win the game.
And we have Koala sitting at, is it 3 or 4 cards? I see it right below one of their dragon at the bottom of the screen.
I think it's even less. Oh, it is 3. Okay, I thought it was
at
2.
least 3 cards.
I thought it was 2, but maybe it was with leader swing that since we drew 1.
Yeah, this is tough. This is a tough spot from David for sure.
Yeah,
but it might be just a situation when we have to go for it, or do we feign it? Looks like we are going to go for that. A play akin to that.
Yep.
Gonna rest one of the Robins.
Yeah, and resting the Robin here because Tashigi doesn't care about the +3 cost. It only cares about the original cost. So, yeah, I mean, if Koala does have like Black Vortex, he does in hand. Oh, it's Jover.
Oh, we attack into the dragon Black Vortex.
Wait, Black Vortex now. Yeah. Oh, it's Jover. Yep. So that's a 6K. Doesn't connect. Can restand. He's realizing. He's like, that is not good. Yeah, and for the rest of the turn, he is a 6K. So there's no shot. The realization is fully setting in right now. Yep. He's just going to pass.
And Koala putting him in a spot too, because like you couldn't play the Mihawk, right? I mean, I guess you could play Mihawk, but like losing a life to play your big blocker does not feel great either.
Yeah, I think that was a misplay though. He should have just restood and swung 6 again. I guess it doesn't matter actually, because your opponent has the Nico Robin blocker. Yeah,
and we're just Koala's just going for it. Yeah,
it's over.
We're going. Doing 5, asking 1, get a 2K. And between all these attacks, it's hand devastating. I don't even think we have enough to counter out of this one.
No, we don't. Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Didn't declare the attack, and here's going to be it. Dang. Yeah.
Koala taking it there. Wow. So still X1. Koala. This was just one of the more interesting leaders that we still had really high up, ladies and gentlemen, because we're getting to the final 3 rounds here very shortly. So there's going to only be 8 players left undefeated. Figure we get one final splash of like a very interesting leader, and that was fantastic. Cool. Yeah, you love to see it. You love to see it. I mean, no shade to the Green Zoro players out there, but any deck that you don't regularly see,
it's gonna be seen as the underdog, and we're inclined to just cheer for the underdog a little bit. Granted, the Zoro, the Zoro just had painful searches.
Yeah, he looks so happy too.
Yeah, Fabio, there he is. He's stoked. Got the Bandai playmats. Those are fun. But looking at what am I saying? Just like Zoro, right? Like Zoro just didn't see like their Toshigis, which I always say, like I feel like Zoro often wins and loses based on how many Toshigis they were able to get on board. We only really got to see one, and I think it came out of life or was a top deck at that final turn, and that was the first one we had seen all game. If we had seen a more consistent Toshigi playing, we probably would have been in a way better spot.
No, 100%. I think that just having one of those early enough kind of presents a new problem for their opponent, and it's like, hey, I can just keep swinging 7, but also just keep attaching a bunch to my leader. So there's more likelihood of our Green Zoro player putting Koala down to 1 life there. Even with the 2 blockers, that's when it starts to get a little dicey. You're like, okay, now like that restand effect and another Tashigi or something really might potentially get there. So, no.
Again, Koala, like the back-to-back Robins, not back-to-back Robins, but the 2 Robins throughout the game, getting rid of 4 cards in total just for being played.
Huge.
It's just well played. It was just well played all around.
Yep. Could you imagine if it was similar to the 8 cost card E-Show in Black,
yes,
where it ripped 2 cards instead of your opponent choosing? Oh my god, that would be so good. I just want that dream to be a reality where we get more cards like that, where I just had so much fun playing that
gaming.
Yeah, I would just play that like back in Gecko Moria back in the day. And there was also that 2 cost event that it ran. The I I can
That's
think
an
of
older
it.
card. It's
It
hard.
is negative hollow, and that was
Mm.
so much fun. You would just be able to trash another card from your opponent's hand randomly. God, good times, man. Good times. Like we need
Different
more.
time.
We need more like hand destruction, like this Nico Robin we just saw.
Mhm.
You know, some of that where I think it would just be that's so fun. I always just enjoyed that. You know,
Yeah.
maybe that makes me like a what's the word? It's not a
Bad person.
Yeah, bad person is probably it. That's probably it. Yeah.
Unfun.
Yeah, there's definitely a word for that, but I'm a terrible person.
Nah, I get it. It's definitely, as long as it's not too obstruct, because I think they do a good job of balancing those hand destruction cards where it's like,
Sure.
well, you have to have more than this many for this to matter or whatever. So like,
Yeah.
you're not having those effects and then leaving your opponent with one card in the game, or like for the rest of the game or something like.
Right. Yeah,
So
it's nothing crazy like that, but it can get interesting.
Yeah, and we're seeing more and more leaders like inadvertently draw more cards, right? Like there are characters effects that are drawing more cards, leader effects that are either playing stuff from trash or playing for free, so like it's actively giving you more cards anyway. So it's I think it could be a conversation piece to say that maybe we do need more of that kind of stuff in the game.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a a hater against the idea. I just think it would be pretty fun, and it's not something that has overtly been what's the word, but like too abused in this game yet. So I would personally like to see a point where it can get to not like the point of abuse, but the point where it's like this is something we need to look out for. You know, like I have to keep this on my radar. I need to be aware that this can happen at any time, hopefully in multiple colors. You know, I like that it is currently mostly, since we have color identity in this game for the most part, it does tend to be more of like in the black cards than in any others. But there are some that are starting to get, that idea. And I'm like, I would love for just little bits and pieces to be sprinkled into some of the other colors. Yeah.
We're seeing that too. I mean, manipulating Dawn was always a red thing, but now like
Or
we're
purple.
seeing it in green, or more like when I mean manipulating Dawn, I mean like moving it around.
Got you. Rested Dawn and stuff. Yeah.
We used to see that with red, and now it's seeing its way into like green and a couple of other colors. So
yep. Yeah, you're right. No, 100%. And they can make it unique. Well, unique-ish to the identity of the existing colors. So I it's been very fun to see how that has been progressing through some of the colors. And yeah, I mean, what a way to end round 7 though, ladies and gentlemen. Koala taking it right there against Green Zoro, one of the obviously more prevalent titans of the current meta. So you love to see an underdog win, but I will not lie to you guys. You're probably going to be seeing a lot of similar matchups, not as this previous one, but over the next 3 rounds. I do think that we're gonna get a total of what leaders we have left. We'll be able to give you guys that information, and just it's probably going to be a lot of the same leaders playing against one another.
Yeah, for sure.
To go undefeated is it's a heck of a job. So. But we'll see you guys soon, and we'll hop into round 8 very shortly.
Welcome back, One Piece players, for the Core TCG Los Angeles regional, in-person regional, where we did have 1,024 players playing it out for their invites to the national tournament in Las Vegas, California, here in February. We are going into round 8, where we have Jonas, very popular community member, on Blue Purple Luffy, and versus a Silvers Rayleigh on the other side of the table. Here is going to be a pretty fun matchup to see. I think this is a good classic matchup. I think is Rayleigh is like what are your thoughts on this matchup actually?
I think that this is kind of it can go a little bit of both ways. It's really interesting, you know, from the Blue Purple Luffy perspective. You kind of just have to see your God Thread, your 3-cost Zoro. You need to see that 8-cost Luffy to really start answering the board. And then from the Rayleigh side, excuse me, you really need to see those 4-cost Luffys. You also want to see that Sanji right there being picked up to be played off of the 4-cost Luffys. And you just want to continuously try and go as wide as possible, but also, you know, pressure your opponent's life enough to where it's like, hey, okay, we know that this has to happen. This needs to be done. Oh, Jonas with no 3-Dawn play isn't the worst case scenario ever, but it's also not the best.
Not when your opponent has the optimal 4-Dawn play, right?
Yeah, this is great. And we're going to see an observation hockey and armament hockey being revealed to play out the Sanji. Arrested Dawn now going into the leader for a 6K swing. And these are two very extremely, very extremely well-versed players. We have, Jonas, the first national champion. We also have Zell here, very accomplished player themselves, just getting a lot of tops. And I mean, this is God Thread on curve right here. This is exactly what Jonas wanted to see to be able to answer the 6-cost. You can see he's in kind of chill mode. And that's mostly because the first couple turns of this this matchup is like very mapped out. It's very just understood, and they know, these players know what they're doing.
And again, we may not have had a 1-Dawn or a 3-Dawn play, but that's just sometimes the game plan for Blue Purple Luffy. You're looking to survive until the end and get the draw 2. The draw 2 and the 9-cost Sanji combo turns. Like, this early game is kind of passable for us, and we are going to get the Nami search into another 4-drop Luffy. But the question is, does the Rayleigh Silvers have a playable character off of the Luffy to just play it right here, right now?
Yeah, I mean, it would be optimal to see, and look at this. This is actually kind of perfect. He might be able to find like another. Finds another Luffy. Also finds a 2-cost Luffy. Might have been looking, I would imagine, for another Sanji here, but yeah, we are going to take. I mean, you could never have too many of these. Luffy's too good. It's a good card.
Yeah, definitely don't want to bomb deck, even if it means like we may not have like an optimal play off of this Luffy. It looks like we're gonna go. Was that armament? No. Oh no, we're revealing.
Yeah, revealing for the Sanji buff. So this is going to be taken to hand pretty swiftly, and now we're going to see another 4-cost Luffy coming down, revealing the armament and the
Brook.
Yeah, Brook, solid.
And Conquerors, I think.
It was the Conqueror Saki. That's what it was. And Brook's going to give the 2-Dawn on top of the Dawn that's given from the 4-cost Luffy. So this is a lot of pressure. From the 4-cost Luffy play right here. So I think Jonas might have to take this. Not where you want to be. Definitely very tough spot to be in. But if there is somebody that I believe could get out of this spot and feel confident about it, it's 100% Jonas.
I believe we're at our 8-Dawn turn now for Jonas. So this is where things can really and should start happening. We're going to commit 1-Dawn, attack into the Sanji, just get like one body off the board, draw a card thanks to the KO effect.
Yep. I think we see another God Thread here for 5. No? Nami's
not bad. stave off maybe some of the pressure coming in next turn. But how likely do you think that Rayleigh could just win this turn?
I would say probably unlikely. Just with the hand size that Jonas has. There's always a world, but I feel like it would have to be a pretty glim world for him to potentially lose here.
It's like we're making a pretty tough decision here for Jonas. Is how are we going to resolve this this Nami, and we're going to put those. We're committing to those 2 cards in the top after all.
Yeah, and do you know what that means? Is if we're putting those 2 up to the top with 8 Dawn up, it means that assuredly, like the one of those cards has to almost, I would say almost for sure, has to be either an 8 cost Luffy or like a 9 cost Mihawk, because he's probably looking to play that off of Sanji the following turn. If you're putting those to the top, that means that you have the pieces that you need for your following turn.
Right.
And now we're just taking a gander. It's like, all right, this is let's set this up. We'll get something random off of the other unknown 3 cards, and then I'll be able to play with whatever versatility I left on top.
Right. We're gonna play the 1 cost buggy. Gonna grab ourselves the 1 unblockable Rayleigh option. Gonna reveal 2 for Rayleigh effect. It's gonna be Brook, and then we're gonna attack 6 into life, I believe. No, yes, 6 into life, 3 plus, yeah. We're just gonna give up a 1K simply. And now, we got a whole plethora of Dawn to use. I'm counting. Yeah, we got 6 more Dawn to use here. But
yeah, this Luffy is capable of attacking. The Rayleigh is capable. We are going to see 3 for Zoro. I like it. Just keep chipping at hand size, and then we're going to get 2 big swings as well. Might force the Nami block, might force a big card out of excuse me, out of hand for some form of counter. We're going to see an 8.
Now that 2 Dawn is committed, the Luffy does gain its buff.
I'm sorry, not 8. Excuse me. Apologies. Just a 6K. Yep.
And now we go 6 with lead, leaving 1 up for a counter, potentially. And yeah, really nipping at Jonas's hand size there. But now we will do our start of turn Luffy effect. Take a peek. Looks like I do see a Sanji. That's pretty good. Although, what do you want to play off of Sanji to really clean it, get into this board, right? It's got to be the Luffy. Is that what
I would love to see an 8 cost Luffy here. You have an 8 cost Luffy. I'd be feeling just over the moon. It's a huge card. The tough part is that your hand size isn't great, but it's just a great card to answer the current board and deal with what needs to be dealt with. The tough part is I think looking at his hand, the top deck, it's not looking amazing. I don't know if he has a Sanji play. I didn't see one. I think he's drawing into an event here, has a 2K after that, and I don't know exactly what the idea behind that might be.
So how do you figure you're going to attack here? I think what's more priority? I would imagine attacking into the Brook is more important than Zoro.
Brook is definitely a target to be wary about, because it's just, again, the wide 6 swings are just bad. It's really tough. It sucks because I feel like he probably wants to let this Nami be rested, but I don't know if he can afford to.
We do have a play? Oh, okay. I guess we missed it. All right, cool. Rosinante, that's pretty good. Discard gear, second, draw 2 cards, which we know what those draws were, which I believe is another Sanji.
Yeah, it didn't feel like a bad turn. It didn't feel like a great turn.
This doesn't feel amazing either,
Yeah, because this is going to be a very tough turn for Jonas to navigate. With
a lot of attacks.
Only, 5? Maybe 6 cards in hand?
6 cards with 1 life, yeah.
We're going to see a buff going to the buggy here. It's a simple Dawn commitment, and we go, hey, your hand size is going to get lower and lower.
But I mean, every attack means that's another attack we can attack into.
Oh, this is not great.
Having to commit the giant.
Giant.
Here's another 6.
Oh man, giant for a 6 is brutal, man.
Usohachi.
These 6Ks have gained tons of value because essentially every 6K has gotten well, not every, but for the last 4 attacks, each 6K has either gotten 4 2Ks or a Gum Giant. That is massive. Yeah, I think Jonas is feeling the pressure. He is in a very, very tough spot.
I mean, how likely you just... I mean, I guess there's the blocker, but... I mean, do you just commit the Nami as well here?
Could be. Yeah, could be. If he doesn't have a rusher, I mean, like I would be fine if he has another character to develop, like maybe even just like a 3-cost Sanji or something like that.
Gonna go 7 after seeing all those 2Ks. Yeah,
7's weird here.
I kind of like it in the sense that, like, I guess maybe me being a bad or worse player, I'm definitely thinking to myself, well, I just saw them discard all these 7s or all these 2Ks. So let me see a 7 and see if they still have 2Ks. And turns out Jonas did have that 2K.
Jeez, Jonas has literally seen all of his 2Ks. I tell you what.
That's wild. And then we are going to replace the Nami instead of finding a way to attack with it. Getting a was it Gun King Kong?
Yeah, King Kong Gatling right there. Very big card for trying to push for game. I think the next turn might just be a wrap if depending on what Jonas is able to find off these top 5 here. Can't really see it. It might be off camera right now, but he's keeping it suspenseful for us. Wants to make sure that we're in for something.
Zoro Jiro, to the bottom
deck. Yeah, he's got to do it. That's tough. That means really
no
tough.
Sanji play. That's pretty committed to, like, that's just basically no Sanji this turn, and maybe more continuous attacking into the board. Like, how do you want these attacks spent? Do you have to get rid of the Luffy? What is the most threatening thing on the board? The Kid and Killer? This is a tough
Kid and Killer, Luffy. Luffy's for sure like the ultimate threat. Because it's lower than lower than 5K, so it can be buffed with leader effect to start. So yeah, if it has an original power of 4 or less, or 4K or less, then that's where you get that leader effect bonus. We are going to see a very big protection for the board here. We're going to see a -1K to the board overall, as well as the unblockable event to stop Kid and Killer from falling here. That's tough, man. Oh, it's so tough.
Eunice still has a ton of Dawn remaining to try to navigate this, so I'm not counting them out yet. Rosinante goes. We're gonna go into. Looks like we decided to go into the buggy.
Yeah, so 5 into 3 there. Rosinante not being a slash type relevant. Actually, I don't believe we have a single slash type on board. So.
Not on board. And now what? Leader into Luffy? Because no, Luffy is still +2K because it counts the 2 Dawn under leader.
Oh, there it is. A little late, but
a little late.
Better late than never, I suppose.
What do you attack into the Zoro? Bounce the Luffy?
Oh, it's tough, man. I think we're going into the Kid and Killer. He has to trash God Thread, and we bounce the Luffy because Luffy's the big threat. Yeah. We're going to see an 8K into Kid and Killer. This is not a 7. The -1 still applies to the leader effect, but since Luffy was played after the Conqueror's Hockey, you do have an 8K connection here. So it's going to command 2Ks out of his hand. He could give up his unblockable event and the armament hockey, but it feels really bad when you possibly need that to go for game next turn. Yeah.
These got to be two really good cards. Oh, we give it up. Okay, and now I'm gonna commit one more Dawn here and try to clean up the Zoro. What is this?
It's gonna be a 7K, and he gets out of it. All right, can Jonas make magic happen? That's the real question right now. It's gonna be very difficult. It's gonna be very difficult.
And we don't. I guess we don't. Rosinante doesn't have a restand, right? I guess no, that's someone else. That's a different character. Yeah, no, I'm thinking Dawn restanding, but it's not the Rosinante.
Oh, he does. He does actually.
Oh, he does. So Jonas missed it. Or?
Yeah, that was actually a misplay.
Oh, okay.
Jonas's part. Oh man, if his last life is like a Bagua, he might be shooting himself in the foot for that.
Or if he has the giant and draws into another giant. But I guess we know what our hand is.
Sure, yeah. Yeah.
So now
that's tough though. That's the pressure, man. That's the pressure. It can even happen to quite literally one of the best players in
you guys
North
are seeing
America.
it in front of you. Yeah. I mean, we're human. No one's a robot.
Yeah. Wait, you're telling me people can make mistakes?
No, I would never. That's crazy. I didn't say that. You said that.
I didn't know that was possible. Oh man.
All right.
What a dude.
So yeah, countering out of the buggy is kind of comfortable for us. Now we don't die on board, but we potentially die to like another Rush Zoro, another Kid Killer. But all those things kind of reduce our Dawn allocation, so it gets tougher and tougher. We'll have to see. And also, if you're silvers, you know, you kind of guarantee that last card in Jonas's hand is not a giant, so you can kind of attack small here. Just attack attack 8.
Well,
all right, go for buggy first.
I also think that Zell has actually has a fairly tough decision here, because if he doesn't win, there is a chance that he loses on the clapback, because he did have to use quite a bit of counter from the previous turn. Oh, yeah, now this is an interesting decision as well. He's considering possibly taking the why am I forgetting the name? The Mulgun right here. Oh, the
Mulgun gets rid of the Nami. That actually would be huge.
Yep.
That's game ending, I think.
Yeah, potentially. Definitely a potential. Zell, I can see the shakes and I can understand them. We are gonna do. Okay, we're just gonna do 4 for that. KO the Nami.
And then you split this Dawn up potentially 7.
I think it's tough. You might have to just put your opponent. You might have to put him on not having, like any counter. I would maybe consider just swinging
7/7. Oh, 6. Okay.
Yeah, like 6/8 might be your best choice. Oh, actually, he does have the 2-cost event, so actually, I would go 7. Assuredly, he has the 2-cost event, the King Kong Gatling.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, so he could go 7, force Jonas to have a 2K when Jonas has literally countered out with like 7 2Ks already in the game.
Yeah, we're about to count 2Ks.
Yeah.
And we know that Jonas has gone through so many.
I think at minimum, he's used 6 2Ks for sure. There's a good possibility that there's more. So, yep.
We're going to go 6.
Ooh, we're going to see 6. He takes... Oh!
Nah, that's
he just fudged it, but like now his opponent knows.
That's wild.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's blue purple Luffy magic, dude.
Yeah, the last.
Okay, King Kong. We can still get this, right? Because
he's got giant. Oh, he had another giant. It didn't matter. Oh snap, he's him. But does he get a counter card? Oh, no counter card. Dude, he would have been fine if he had restud the 2 Dawn from Rosinante, though. Oh, wait, why he got a gear 2. Had he been able to restand the 2 Dawn from... Oh, boy. That was crazy. That was crazy. So, a mistake from Jonas not being able to restand... not being able to. Forgetting to restand the 2
Maybe we didn't have 7 on field, or... How does the end of turn? Maybe we didn't have 7 on field. Maybe we're being silly, or
what's that? 7 on? What do you mean?
That's how Rosanane restands the 2 down, right? Is if you have 7 down on field. Maybe we're just missing that. Maybe
No. He definitely had it. He had 10.
Okay.
He had 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure.
Yeah. No, but congrats to Zell.
Yeah, that was cool.
Congrats to Zell. Very, very big win. But I would have been really interested to see if Jonas could have won the game had he restood those 2 done. Because like the clap back there is strong, you know. It's very strong. Yeah, that was a crazy. Yeah.
I got nothing else. I got nothing else to say. That was sick.
Yeah, I mean, hands down, that was a nail biter at the very end there. Very solid job. I mean, Zell played that beautifully. Just every turn.
Everything.
Every turn worked out the way he wanted to. The chips were working beautifully. He was getting so much value from Jonas having to counter with 2Ks into a Gum Giant at one point for a 6K from Buggy. I mean, that's got a sting, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that's just how it goes, right? I mean, yeah, I got nothing else to say. I mean, unfortunately, yeah. I think, honestly, on the clapback, I think Jonas probably could have won. Looking at the hand, there was probably a world with the giant attacks we had coming in. There's a world where Zelda just didn't have any counter, because I think a lot of it got used and a lot of it were bricks in hand after that.
100%, 100%. And based off of, well, I don't know what Jonas's top 5 would have looked like, but if he finds another A-cost Luffy, then it's like assuredly game. You know, because then you have just multiple swings that can get to 7 higher, you know, into like 8, 9, 10, 11. Like you just keep going. It's it's very, very good. But I mean, what a game. That was a great game.
Yeah, that was a cool game.
Yeah. But ladies and gentlemen, we have we believe that next round will be the finals, so I think that we'll be seeing Zell in the finals. But we got to double check because I think that there might have been one other match, so we'll have to get back to you on that one really fast. But man, what a solid day so far, though. We've had some pretty crazy matches.
It's been really cool. But with that, we'll take it a break. We're going into our final match here tonight. So yeah, see you guys after the break, and we'll be to it.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the finals of the Core TCG Regional held in Los Angeles. And honestly, we're in round 9. This has been a pretty crazy event so far. Some matches, like, absolutely wild how quickly they ended. Others, seem to, really go the distance.
Mhm.
And now we're here in the finals. We have Zell playing the Rayleigh that we just saw from the previous round, and Green-Purple Luffy. Yes. I think was being played by Blake. Yes.
Yep. We saw them, I think, I believe, round 5. They also take it with the Green-Purple Luffy, which is something you said. I think that was on your dartboard of like things that we would see here in the finals of like potentially winning. You really wanted to see it, which if at all, Green-Purple Luffy could muster up the skill in the class to get all the way to the finals, and if not, take it. So we're about to see that. They must have played a wonderful game all day, as it is one of the more challenging decks to get across the finish line for sure.
Yeah, I think you just have to have a really good understanding of what your matchups are, what you should be looking for in certain spots. A lot of really important parts when playing Green-Purple Luffy. And if I'm not mistaken, Blake was playing a couple of interesting cards, that I personally just really enjoyed.
Right.
Like I have a fondness for the radio knife, and radio knife is just like it's a really unique choice in this deck. And all right, we do see the 2 Gum Giants. It feels like you have to take that. If you're bottoming 2 Giants, that would just be absolutely tragic.
Kind of like I was saying in the previous match, like, or maybe not the previous match, but when you in general in card games, I'd like to say if you're doing a search like that, a top search, and you see 2 of the same card, there's a good chance you probably have to take one of those. Here on the Rayleigh side of things, though, you do see that I believe they have 3. They're kind of bricks, but if they can get them down on time, you see 3 of those Sanjis, I believe, in the hand, and we're gonna search with Boa Hancock here, potentially get to see the. I think we saw 4-cost Luffy in that search, and with all those Sanjis, we might just want that card. Yeah, but it's another. Not sure if we can afford to take that card. We'll see, given what our current hand is.
Yeah. I mean,
it looks like we're gonna take.
Yep, Conqueror's Hockey being picked up here. It's interesting he doesn't choose to go for the 4-cost Luffy. Maybe just feels confident that he's already got enough firepower in hand to
potentially need the 2 events. Maybe we needed to hope to make sure we had their 2 events in hand. There's a couple of reasons, I guess.
Sure.
Zoro Druo and Curve. So Green-Purple kind of what's it called? Curving out pretty perfectly so far. But I think honestly the best 2-drop and 4-drop play of the deck. And then we did find a Sanji in this search. I think.
Yeah.
No. We did not. No, that's like your second.
Usohachi? Are you talking about the Sanji? Which Sanji are you talking about?
I thought I saw Sanji, the Sanji pudding.
Oh, Sanji pudding. I'm sorry. No, yeah, that would be nice for sure. Him not having that is going to be a little tricky, but it also is, definitely on Rayleigh to have a lot of like the null guns and the answers to the Sanji puddings. So we'll see if he's able to, develop that. But we have 4 for the Luffy being played, revealing the unblockable, as well as I think it was. I want to say
Conquerors, probably the Conquerors again.
Was it Conquerors? I couldn't tell whether it was Conquerors or the. Yeah, it was. Okay, it was Conquerors. It was just a very side of the card that I could see.
For sure.
Yeah.
Then we got the Shocky. And search another top 5. I'm going to grab another Luffy. So we could potentially be impressively aggressive over the next 2 turns. Not using the Boa ability. So maybe we're considering just protecting this Boa, but it's such a free attack I guess the Nami doesn't attack for free into it, but the Zoro does. Zoro's our leader.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I don't. Oh man, unfortunately, I think he's missing the Sanji pudding in the finals on Curve. So this is very unfortunate. He might have to. Okay, we are going to see a 3. I thought we might see a rest of 1 potentially for him to use Stage to just pray that it might be the top card off the deck.
Does not have the plus 2K, so we are removing that token. Thank you. And then we got resting 4 here. Dead Man's Game. Ooh, resting. Wow. Okay, so we're going very aggressive. I think we're going.
Oh, Andy's okay. Wow, and doing the leader effect as well. So he's realized, I think he knows this matchup very well. Blake is understanding that this is very important to try and deal with the board here and not let it get, spiraled out of control.
So how do you map your attacks here? Oh, resting 1 for doing what you kind of said.
Yep.
I think we drew an event off of that, unfortunately. But we're gonna go Zoro into Luffy, and then that's gonna be a free. If we're not willing to defend the Luffy, we're not willing to defend the Sanji for sure. Leaving Tudon open for any kind of Bagua.
So does he have Bagua in hand?
He has Bagua in hand, yes.
Oh, he does. Yeah, okay. So that makes sense then. I was like, it's rather interesting that he doesn't do another stage, because stage is basically irrelevant in this matchup. But I think the Bagua is definitely very useful. I don't believe he has a Luffy Taro though in hand. If he had Luffy Taro, Bagua would actually be very impactful here, but yeah, he's definitely missing some of the pieces that he needs to see. So not the greatest start here for Blake, running, the green purple Luffy, and being at 2 life as well as
going 6 into Zoro. Do we Bagua this just to get the ramp, or is it not worth it? No,
might not be, because
we still have the leader.
Yeah, it's not like you really need to Bagua. It's not like it's like a must. Man, Zell is just looking good here. Looking good. Just super solid.
We're going for a big attack. Is this going to be into... Would you... Zoro. Now you Bagua, right?
Yeah, Bagua for sure. Yep.
At the ramp. Now we will be at 7 at the start of our turn.
Let's see. Was the top deck what we needed? Needs to see a Sanji pudding for sure. He did not. It was a blocker Sanji. Yep.
We have another Dead Man's Game though. We could hitting Luffy doesn't seem all too feasible. I guess we'll see.
I'd maybe consider just trying to see what this gives me. If it does give me a Sanji pudding, then that might be the play. If not, then DMG, might just be the play again. It's a really unfortunate spot.
Looks like that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah,
that's exactly what we're doing.
Yep. So DMG, but the tough part is that this Luffy is no longer like the previous turn of 4 cost.
It's no longer 6. It's no longer 4 power.
Or no, 4 power. I'm sorry, I said 4 cost. Excuse me.
Cleaning up the board 1 by 1 isn't awful. Like these are 2 cards gone out of Rayleigh's hand, and like looking at their hand now, it's a lot of events. So if we can clean this up, we're gonna have a free turn essentially coming up, depending on the draw.
Yeah, board wipe here. I mean, not really realistic, but Zell's hand is completely out of characters. Completely out. He's gonna have to probably burn. Burn a Conqueror's Hockey here, as well as an Unblockable or another Conqueror's Hockey. Yeah. So Zell is also in a bit of a weird spot.
They're both uncomfortable for sure. Given, let's see what the top deck is. Oh, it's another event.
It's a King Kong Gatling. So we're gonna see what we can find.
Observation, I believe, right? Yeah.
Yep. Oh,
no way.
Oh, shoot. I was about to say, I think he just sighed a breath of relief finding the kid and killer there. He was like, oh my gosh, not like this. Oh, that's funny. That is funny. You could see like he was about to shake his head in disappointment, like
saved right at the bell.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we do have to be careful though. You can't get too angry. can't look too upset about things. So he's deciding on where he wants this Dawn to go to. You know, it's a big game. You know, these the
I mean,
semifinals.
this is the finals, man.
Yeah, semifinals the previous round and finals this round.
8 rounds to get to here.
Yeah,
this is the difference between. I mean,
you get the winner set for regionals, and you get the wow, I'm forgetting the name of it. The playmat that will have yeah, the winner champion stamp on there. It's a big deal. Big deal. Huge accomplishment, you know? So we're going to see 8 into Zoro? He's thinking.
I mean, I feel like if you're Zell, you kind of have to play into okay, that was leader effect, and then we're gonna go 8K into probably the Zoro. Oh no, life,
yeah. Wait,
that was your second.
I don't. Oh, it was another 6. Yeah, gear 2 Luffy. It was a 6 cost Luffy. Oh, this is rough. Very rare, very, very rough. And he knows that he's staring down a Kid and Killer swing. He's going to 0. This guy's crazy.
I think I don't think Blake has much in hand in terms of counter. I mean, I see.
No, he's got a few.
He's got a few. Never mind. I saw a lot of events back to back.
Yeah. Oh no!
But we don't get the extra one, right?
I think you do because of the the leader. Is it? I thought
it's base power. I think it counts base power, so you don't get the +1. Yeah, it's only +3.
Oh, is it? Okay. So 3 2Ks to get out of that, and he just has to pass turn. Still no Sanji pudding. I mean, granted, at this point in the game, like, what does it matter? You know.
Yeah,
I think Blake is just unfortunately. Oh wait, maybe he does have one.
He might have had one. It was just never playable because it's a 7 drop, right? So I don't think we were ever at 7.
No, 5.
Oh, it's 5. Oh my. Excuse me.
Oh no, I think I saw a giant in hand. I thought that I saw the glimmer of that card, but I believe it was giant. So I mean, he's in a tricky spot. This is no matter what.
Now it's like they have the unblockable. I mean, I think it might just be checkmate.
I believe it is. Like it's. I don't know how you come back from this. It is, if there's a deck to do it though, it's a deck that runs Gum Gum Giant. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
So,
you have to find a way to clear this board.
Mm-hmm.
Luffy, it's just too tough. Again, we did mention at the start of this match, it's just like the difference.
Yeah.
The difference between seeing your Sanji puddings and not is game breaking. And then here comes 6 cost Luffy for the secret rare restand effect, I believe. Back into Kid Killer.
Yep.
Are we gonna use the restand effect? Looks like not.
No, he can't restand. Or no. He already restood too. Sorry, I thought you were talking about.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, just unblockable. Yeah, I mean this is as bad as it gets. This is very rough. Oh, did you get another Kid and Killer? Oh no, it's a buggy. Okay. I thought it was a Kid Killer first. Oh my gosh, mine's an armament. I mean, this is just this is rough, dude. I want to cry. I want to cry for him.
Luffy, yeah, this is painful. 8. Yeah, you just swing 8, see what happens, and then the rest. Oh no, going 10. Wow.
Yep. We'll see a giant.
Plus one more, right?
Pray that we draw another giant.
Mm-hmm. There's the 1K to get out. Now Rayleigh can say
he does have another giant actually.
What is this? I can't count. We got 1, 2, 3. So this is 11.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah. Deciding if we want to go 12. What would be the 1 for if we were trying to say?
He was thinking like, is there a way that I lose next turn?
Which I don't think so.
I don't believe there is. You have 4 life, and your opponent only has 4 attacks. So,
We're gonna start next turn with 0 Dawn.
Yep, that's it. That is game. Zell is gonna take it. Congratulations. Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah. Just bump of friendship too.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Oh man. Zell, I mean, God, poor Blake though. Poor Blake could not find a Sanji pudding to save his life in that game, and that was just absolutely tragic.
And we had really good searches too. I mean, we searched top 10 in the beginning, right? Between the Zoro and the Nami. I guess maybe we needed to see one more search or something between all of that to really get things going, but just could not. I think that would have changed the game like drastically.
Yeah.
I mean, would it have meant that they win? It's hard to say because Silver's ended that game with like 4 HP. I think it was pretty brutal.
Yeah, 4 life is I mean, it seems like you did pretty well if you end the game with 4 life. You know, Blake definitely taking it like a champ there, but I already know I've been in that same spot where you're like, oh man, I'm happy for you, bro, but I'm just so sad I didn't see any of the cards that
if I got to play my game, maybe it would. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, he didn't really get to play the game his deck normally likes to. So, but we saw Blake win earlier in the day on stream, so you know he clearly was.
He knows how to. It got here, yeah. So definitely knows how to navigate.
He was crushing it. This guy ran the deck through the gauntlet, made it out to the finals, and you know, obviously that means that you have a certain level of expertise to be able to make it that far undefeated. Because
8-1 is not easy.
Yeah, God knows I've only done it once. And that was a fluke.
And that was one more than a lot of other people.
That was a fluke.
All right. Well, I think with that said, this has been the Core TCG 1,000-person Los Angeles One Piece regional tournament for the One Piece card game, where players again are playing for that invite for our Bandai Card Fest in Las Vegas here in February. But if you guys are looking for more One Piece action and hosted by Core TCG of all things, we got another weekend coming up in November 8th through the 9th. It'll be a 2-day event for the One Piece card game tournament. Core TCG, it'll still be the PB02 or PB02 set.
Yeah, PRB.
And PRB02 set. And if you guys another chance to get people their invites, another chance to get stuff done. It's gonna be once again, that's gonna be November 8th through the 9th. It's gonna be a 2-day event, and I hope a lot of people show up for that one, as you guys have done for this one, because Koala and Aandroidd put on a great show, and it's a pleasure to get to work with them when I do, and yourself, Luffy.
Yeah, man, thank you, and same to you. You know, Stage Zero, aka Aandroidd. You know, always holding it down with great production. So, you know, big shout out to him. And thank you to Core TCG for having us be involved in this, but also, you know, just for hosting a great event. You know, it seemed like they had everything under control. It was running really well.
Side events firing and everything.
Yeah, side events looking great. And they're doing OP13 out here. Oh my
God. You heard about that? Yeah,
I was like, yo, wait a minute. That sounds super fun, man. Now I wish I didn't live on the opposite side of the country. Same. You know, I would have 100% been there, but unfortunately, I live like a 6-hour flight away, and same. That's
at least we get to get the cast from our bedrooms. It's kind of nice.
Yeah, our bedrooms. That's right. Yeah. This is welcome to my bedroom. No, it's but this is my office, if you will, and it works out pretty nicely. I don't have nearly as many amazing card game related stuff as you in the back. Yeah, just nice
a couch,
living quarters and stuff.
Adult things, picture frames and tables.
Yeah. But ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. To those of you in the chat that watched it, whether you loved today's stream or you hated it, you know, we appreciate
you for being here regardless.
Yeah, thank you for being here regardless. We appreciate that. And check out Core TCG on the socials. You know where to find them. You can find them on X. You can find them on YouTube. You can find them on Instagram. All that good stuff. And, you know, again, hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. That's going to be it for us. Take care. Peace.